Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Wild Man Creations. If this is your first time joining me, my name is Jay, and tonight I'm going to do another throwback, something that my mom used to make when we were kids. I've made it several times. It's quick, it's easy, it's cheap. I like it. If you don't like Spam and you don't like beans, if you'll go back up here, there's a back button. You can hit it and back out of this. But it's not bad. It's really pretty good. It's really easy to make. A can of Spam, a couple cans of pork and beans. The rest, and I'll leave the recipe in the description box. But it calls for a small onion. I didn't have one, so I cut a large one in half. A quarter cup of dill relish, tablespoon of prepared mustard, and then some maple syrup. We're going to slice up the Spam. We're going to brush it with maple syrup. We're going to lay it in a pie plate. And then I'm going to take the bowl and I'm going to mix up the beans, the onions, relish, and mustard. And of course, I was going to put a little twist on it. I didn't have any Dijon. I was going to use Dijon instead of prepared, just to kind of give it a little kick. You could do this, put some horseradish, in there if you wanted to, spice it up a little bit. But anyway, let me get all this stuff cut up and prepared, and then we'll assemble it. Oh, I've got my oven preheating to 350, because after you get all this laid in here, you're going to bake it for about 30 minutes. And I haven't dug it out yet, but I'm going to put some shredded cheese on top. So you're getting like all the basic few food groups, I think, or pretty close to it. Anyway, if you'll sit tight, we'll be back here in just a few minutes so I can get the Spam cut up, get the lids off the beans, and get me a little bowl to put some maple syrup in, and we'll get a brush and we'll go to town. So hang on, we'll be right back. We'll fix that up here in a minute. And I guess if you didn't have maple syrup, you could use, as unorthodox as it sounds, you could probably use some Karo syrup, dark Karo syrup maybe. Okay, the rest of this we're going to pour in our bowl here so we don't waste it. It'll go in the bean mixture. And we'll stand those back up here in a minute and get them back where they need to be. Put in our onion. Very carefully measure out a quarter of a cup of dill relish. Again, carefully measure out a tablespoon of prepared mustard. Sound like we need a new one. Mix that all together. And if this is too runny for you, you can put it on the stove and bring it to a boil and then down to a simmer and let some of the juices cook down a little bit. You wanted to spice it up, chop up some hot peppers and put it in there. And basically all you do is just Pour it in, spread it around. I mean, really, that only took me all of, I don't know, cutting up the onion and cutting up the Spam. Well, it took me all of maybe 10 minutes. Like I said, a lot of people are not Spam fans. I get that. All right, we're back. Now I've already brushed one side of the Spam with the maple syrup. But we used to have Spam sandwiches. My mom would cook this. We had Spam in a lot of stuff. I just grew up with it. I'll take it with me camping a lot of times and cook it on the campfire. Get a little crisp. And cheese, whatever kind of cheese you want to put on there. Personally, I like to use fresh grated, but if you don't want to put the cheese on there, leave the cheese off. You know, you don't have to put it on there. Anyway, I'm gonna put this in the oven for 30 minutes, and we'll bring you back. Sit tight. All righty. There we are, fresh out of the oven. Again, like I said, this isn't for everybody. A lot of people don't like Spam. I happen to like it. Good hearty meal. Easy to make, quick, not real expensive. Now I'm going to burn my face off. It's all right, we'll filibuster here for a minute. Well, is it hot? Anyway, there's your Spam and bean bake. Again, that's a basic recipe. You could doctor it up if you want, spice it up. You don't have to do the maple syrup on the Spam if you don't want to. Just kind of gives it a little sweet flavor with all the salty beans and everything else in there. If you don't like cheese, leave the cheese off. If you don't like Van Camp's pork and beans, use ranch style beans. I mean, the sky's the limit. I just wanted to show you something that we used to eat as a kid, and I still enjoy it. It's cheap, easy, quick. I think I spent all of 10 minutes cutting up the onion and the Spam and brushing the maple syrup on the Spam, and then you saw how quick it was to mix the beans together. Cook it in for 30 minutes, and you're good to go. It keeps well. So anyway, have this for dinner tonight and have it for lunch again tomorrow. And if you guys would, hit that like, hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it. Doesn't cost you anything. It helps the channel out. Spread it with your friends. And I don't know what we got going next, but I'm sure it'll be something fun. Anyway, you guys have a good evening, and we'll see you next week. Thank you.